Hello everyone, this is Manjula Devi P, working as Assistant Professor in Government First Grade College, Kanakpura. Today in this session, let's see according to Ind AS, how to treat government grants. So this treatment of government grant is as per Ind AS 20. So basically what is Ind AS 20, which is about government grants? Basically this talks about how to recognize, how to record and how to disclose the government grants in the books of accounts. So basically in this session I will be using the term government, government assistance, government grants, then forgivable loans. So Ind AS 20 defines all these items. So when we talk about government grants, what are the different types of grants or the government assistance, what are the different ways in which an organization can get the government grants? First, it could be relating to assets. For example, government may give subsidy on purchase of the assets, or sometimes government may give specific grants to buy specific type of assets. Maybe it may be environment friendly, or maybe the products are like, maybe it is eco friendly product or a biofuel or something like that, where it is needed for the society. So in such case, government may give some assistance or grants to purchase that specific type of assets. Sometimes government may also give grants to buy such assets where the product of such assets are again sold back to the government, so that government is giving assistance for the companies to acquire such assets, produce by using such assets and sell the goods back to the government. Sometimes government may also give grants for such specific type of assets. Sometimes government may grant loans, or government grants may be relating to the income, like providing an assistance for the increase in the income of the company. Again, government grant can be in the nature of non-monetary, again by giving marketing assistance, or providing advertisement facility, or providing subsidies, or providing any such facility which helps for the organization to increase its income. Then government loan below market rate. Yeah, this is also one of the type of government assistance or grants. So when government gives a subsidized loan, so even that is part of the government grant as per Ind AS 20. So now the question is how to record or how to recognize the government grants in the books of accounts. So first and foremost, the grants are recognized as an income, not necessarily in the year when it is received. So it is recognized as an income, and the income can be spreaded over the period of time from which the revenue or the income is supposed to be received. So basically the government grants will be related to the or intended to compensate the on a systematic basis, and should not be credited directly to the equity. That means as the government grant is received, the entire amount should not be credited to equity, but it should be spreaded over the period of time. Till then the income or the revenue is going to be generated out of that government grant. So when it comes to the accounting treatment, as I told, it should be recognized as an income over the period necessary to match in with the related costs for which is intended to compensate on a systematic basis. So again, I have told the same concept before also. That means whatever the grants that we are receiving should be spreaded, like we are basically applying the matching concept accounting principle of matching, where the in revenue has to be matched with the expenditure related to that. So, here any government grant, and if the benefit is going to be spreaded for more than 1 year, then proportionately we have to charge, or we have to recognize it as an income over a period of time. So, in this particular topic, basically you have to know how to pass the journal entries when a government grant is given to the organization. Again, as I told, government grant can come in different forms, can come in various forms. If the government grant is recoverable at a future date than the date of grant. Suppose today grant is been given, but you have not received the money yet, but you are going to receive in future. So, in such case, we record it as account receivable account debited to deferred income. So, slash government grant. So, the deferred income is related to government grant. So, because we are not received yet, but we are going to receive it, so we are going to treat it as account receivable. Then if the grant is currently recoverable, so right now we are going to recover it, then we are going to record it as account receivable account debited to other income. So, we are going to receive it, but not received yet, we are going to receive it. Then if the grant amount is given in cash, if they have given the grant in the form of cash, then either cash or bank account gets debited to other income. We are going to credit the other income and debit the cash or bank. Then if the grant is given as a waiver of a government loan, suppose if you have taken a loan and if the grant is to waive off that loan, so then loan payable account gets debited to other income. Like anyway, whenever we receive the grant, it is treated as other income, then we credit that and debit the loan payable. Sometimes you may be receiving an asset related, as form of government grant, then you debit that asset and credit the other income, or some part of the asset. Suppose 50,000 is the value of the asset, but you are paying only say 50% of it, that means only 25,000, but you are getting the asset worth 50,000. Then again you debit the asset worth 50, then you credit the other income worth 25,000, then you credit the amount that you are actually paying, which is 25,000. So, likewise, any grant which is received either in the form of cash or in the form of asset should be recorded as other income. Only if the grant is going to be received on a future date, then I record it as deferred income. So, these are some of the common journal entries which you can expect for recording the government grants. If I give you an example, let us take, there are examples of different type of government grants that can be received by a company. First one, the government has promised a grant of 25 lakhs in October 2016 to meet relocation of plant cost, but payment will be received in February 2017. So, they are saying on October 2016 they are announcing a grant that February 2017 they are going to receive it. So, it comes in the form of deferred income. Second example, loan with local government was taken 3 years ago to finance the reconstruction of office block. All necessary conditions are met for the waiver of 2 lakh now has been met. So, they have taken a loan, now the 2 lakh is eligible for waiver. So, that 2 lakh is going to get waived by the government, even that is considered as a government grant. Let us see how to pass the entry even for that. Then the third one, a computer is purchased for 1 lakh and is eligible for a grant of 20,000. So, you are buying a computer worth 1 lakh and you are getting a grant of 20,000. Then fourth one, government pay 2 lakh for making up losses in export business. government is giving you 2 lakhs for compensating the loss. Anyway, all these are the examples of the government grants, the different forms of government grants that a company can get. Now the question is how to record it in the books of accounts. So first they'll ask you to pass the journal entries. Let's see for each case what is the journal entry that we can pass. So for the first one, government has promised a grant of 25 lakhs in October, but you are going to receive in February 2017. So for that I can record account receivable account debited to deferred income, bracket or put a dash and write government grant, because deferred income could be through any other form, but this deferred income is related to the government grant, and I write amount in the amount section. For the second one, you are getting a waive off of the loan. Okay. So debit the loan payable 2 lakhs and credit to the other income through government grant. Then the third one, where you are buying a computer and you are getting a waive off. So here property, plant and equipment, PPE, bracket computer, account is debited with 1 lakh, you are getting 1 lakh worth asset and you are paying a cash of 1 lakh of course. Later you are going to get the government grant. So now for that 1 lakh worth computer, they are giving you a government grant of 20,000. Okay, you record it as 1 lakh worth asset, but when you get the government grant, then put it as account receivable account debited 20,000 to other income. Then the last one, where they are giving you compensation for the loss, then again account receivable debited to other income. Okay. Only when you actually receive the cash, you debit it to cash account, but whenever it is told it is going to be received or it is waived off, then you have to put it as account receivable itself. Okay. So hope you understood how we passed the journal entry, what is the logic we followed. First look at the model entries and then related to that record the actual entries depending on the situation. So one more example if we take up, similar like government grant is promised 50,000 in October 2018, but you are going to receive only in February 2019. Second example, a loan with local government was taken 3 years ago to finance reconstruction of office block. Now you are going to get a waiver of 1 lakh. Okay. Then you are purchasing a plant for 8 lakh and it is eligible for a grant of 50,000. Then government to pay 2 lakh for making up of loss. The last one, the company is in financial trouble and the government is given a cash grant of 1 lakh 50. So again these are some of the examples of the government grants that can be received. So in the first one, it is a deferred income which you are going to receive in future. Then next one, waiver of the loan. Next one, the third example is about government grant for the subsidized purchase of the plant. Then government giving you compensation for your losses. Then government is giving a cash grant to uplift the company. So in all these cases, so how are the entries passed? How do we record it in the books of accounts? So first and foremost, for the deferred income, debit the account receivable to deferred income with whatever the amount that they have promised to give in future. Then for the second one, which was the waiver of the loan. So they are waiving of 1 lakh worth loan. So debit the loan payable, credit the other income. Then you are buying a property, plant and equipment worth 8 lakhs. So record it as a purchase. Then you record only the subsidized part as the other income. Okay. Then the last one, the next one was about compensating the losses. Again, debit account receivable, credit to the other income. Then the last one, when the company has given a cash grant. So debit the cash, credit the other income. So, basically in this session we saw about how to record the government grants, how to pass the journal entries, how do we recognize in different situations of the government grants. Basically these are the assistance given by the government, maybe when you are buying an asset or as a waiver of the loan or as a compensation for some loss. So, then it has to be recognized and recorded. It is recorded as other income, and again only whatever is applicable for that particular accounting year will be recorded. Again it can be in the form of cash or non-cash. Okay. Yes. So, these are some of the references you can go through with these textbooks for the further reference or for more examples related to the recognition of government grants as per Ind AS 20. Hope you have understood the concept. Thank you very much.